Okay, we are going to find our way down to the ideal messaging worksheet, which is down here on page 19, determine your message. And then we have a similar worksheet and exercise that we can go through. So I will again pop up my video so you can see me. And down here, page 19, we're going to get started. It is the same exercise effectively as what we did with our client list, but we're going to do it with a lot of different marketing messages. So, the first thing you want to do, and it might be helpful to reference the sheet here, but the first thing is to just brainstorm a bunch of characteristics, potential messaging ideas, differentiators that are associated with your business. This, instead of being the 5 to 7, 10 to 12, just go for it. See how many different items you can get written down, and then you can kind of cut them back a little bit before you get into the actual rating portion. So I'll go ahead and pause here. I'll let you do that. Shoot for at least 25, we'll say. Okay, and now that you have all of those written, I'm going to ask you to find, kind of cross out the ones that you don't think work all that well and work it down to maybe your top 10 marketing messages, and we'll go from there. The first thing that we're going to ask about those top 10, is it unique? So this is a spot that a lot of folks get into trouble with. If you see a person in your industry or a similar industry and you do the copycat thing, this is where the uniqueness kind of wears off. So, is it unique? If you're not presenting new information, or at least information in kind of a different way, then nobody's going to stop to kind of read your messaging or probably consider what you have to say. So it's got to be something with a little bit of a twist on it, minimally. With that uniqueness in mind, go ahead and rate the messaging items on the same scale, 0 to 3. If it's super unique, you've never heard somebody use it before, give it a 3. If it's the same thing you always hear within your industry, give it a 0. And we'll pause here. Okay, the next thing we want to look at is right here. Does it solve a problem? This piece of messaging and all messaging that ultimately is going to lead to a sale needs to solve a problem for your target market. So unique is great, but unique just for the sake of it is, maybe get you some attention, but will be hard to kind of get your clients to take the next step. So you need to kind of determine whether it solves a problem for your target market, and then rate it in that same way. 0 meaning no, it doesn't solve any problems, it's just for fun. 3 being that it solves a really important problem for your target market. And we will pause here. Okay, the third thing is, does it promote your business? So this one's one that you got to be careful of, because you don't want your marketing message to solely promote your business. But what we do want to look at here is that you want to create content that in some way kind of is beneficial to your business, or shows that you know your stuff, or that there is a solution to be had, or maybe identifies a problem that a client didn't yet know they had. So the next question here is, does it promote your business? And we will go ahead and pause here. Same thing, 0 to 3. If it promotes it really well, bonus points. If it's not too salesy about it, go ahead and give it a 3. If it's detrimental even to your business, it makes your business look worse, that messaging's not going to work, give it a 0. And we'll go back down here to the ideal message worksheet, and you can use the worksheet if you want, but ultimately your best messaging, the thing that you can build some of your messaging around that should resonate with your target market, is going to be the highest rated marketing messages. So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did on the last one, multiply those 3 ratings together. If you have 27s, then you're in a good spot. This is something that should resonate with your target market. If you have 18s, you're in a pretty good spot. Anything that's starting to get lower or hit a 0 in any category here, you're going to want to be really wary about using it as a piece of messaging for your business. And we can also take a look at a couple of follow-up questions on these marketing messages. So just like last time, we can look at some similarities between the top rated. If you have 3 or 4 that have similarities between them, then that might be something to explore further. Maybe you run this exercise again with that specific kind of messaging in mind. And the next question that you have, looking at the messages that you have, the ones that appear to be the best fit for your target market, how can you best utilize them? And are there any super easy MVP, minimum viable product type ways that you could test them on your audience? Like a quick social media post and see what people say, a quick talking head style video, just to kind of vet them and see if your conclusion here jives with the conclusion of your market. And the last bit that I'll say here is, just like last time, if you want to share your worksheets, I'm happy to check them out. If you want to book a session to go through this with more detail, I am happy to do that as well. Thank you for taking the time to go through the target market exercise, and I hope it worked well for you.